It's fun. It's wild. It's Dad's Gone Crypto.
Welcome everybody to Dad's Gone Crypto, and this is our first ever podcast, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be wild, or at least your host will be wild, at least. So we're going to kick things off, I think, with perhaps just getting to know us a little bit. But before we do that, perhaps, why did we start this show, and what's the purpose of it, right? Ryan, kick us off there.
Well, so in my opinion, Dad's Gone Crypto, the whole show, it's about us three dads, right? We're regular dads. We come from all different corners of the world. But we've got one major thing in common, and that's that we all believe in crypto. We think crypto and blockchain technology is the future. I think we've all learned a lot through mistakes and wins, throughout our little crypto careers here. And the show is about kind of bringing those experiences to our friends and our new viewers and help them learn from our experiences. We kind of want this to be a fun chat. We're kind of like we're all hanging around. I mean, we're all dads. We're all hanging around the barbecue pit or have a couple beers over, watching a sporting event. So we're all just gonna kind of have a little chat, hopefully have some fun, and hopefully everybody can learn a little bit about crypto in the process here.
I think, Ryan, and the barbecue is a symbolic gesture of friends, family, little gremlins running around. I think it's a time of sharing. You invite people that you love over, and often what happens around a braai, we call it braai in South Africa, or barbecue or barbie if you're Australian. And it's that you round up that barbecue and you're talking about stuff and you're finding someone fascinating, or the information they're saying is just like, I haven't heard that before, and the engagement between. So that's kind of the perspective of, we don't want to be throwing information down your throat and, creating, just take in type of things. It's this engagement of, guys getting around a fire, and guys and girls, but we just called it Dad's Gone Crypto for a reason, because we got together and decided this. But the community we want to build is just lighthearted, good people that want to share the knowledge, gain knowledge, and take that information and take it and action it. But all lighthearted around the fireplace, but also bringing some cool alpha and stuff.
Exactly. 100% agree. I think the most of the influencers or YouTubers that are out there, or podcasts regarding crypto, are often placed on some sort of a pedestal based on quality content and how they structure it. And I think our approach more is for just being regular dads, and that's what we like to create for our community eventually as well, being very approachable and just common guys talking about crypto. And we'd love to have viewers on the show and talk about their experience.
Perfect. All right. So and the name Dad's Gone Crypto, how did we come up with that, guys?
Well, I think we have like 30 offspring or something.
we're all following Dad's Gone Wild.
We've had conversations over the years, and it's almost always centered around kids and family, right? So it's just kind of the thing. We're dads, but we have gone crypto for sure.
Yeah, and being passionate about crypto, we all have different backgrounds and different, paths that we've went on a journey, but somehow we came together in this space to share knowledge and to meet each other and so forth. But how did you guys get into crypto, and what are some of your, take-homes?
Well, I got into crypto in 2017 before the start of the, I would always say the first bull run, but it was my first bull run. And before that, I was looking to invest something. I didn't have a lot of money. I just want to get active into investing. So I tried it all, basically. I started out with binary options, where it's basically gambling with a 75% of losing money, whether a stock goes up or down. Then I figured, well, forex might be my thing, but it wasn't. And then I went to regular options, which was pretty cool. I still trade options occasionally. And then I heard about crypto again, and that's when I started to look into crypto more as an active investment. I actually heard about crypto first in 2015, where I tried to mine Bitcoin. I thought I can mine Bitcoin with my computer, right? But it was way above my knowledge level, so I just gave up quite easily. And a year later, the same with Ethereum. I wanted to mine Ethereum because I thought, well, you have to mine those tokens or coins. And it never even occurred to me that you could actually buy them. So two times I just basically gave up on the opportunity there because I thought I had to mine the coins and couldn't actually buy them. But in 2017, that's where it all came around, and I started buying some tokens for the first time.
Very cool. And Ryan, how did you get into crypto?
Well, I first learned about crypto all the way back in 2013. Friend of mine, it's actually Bitcoin right back then. There was nothing else. It was Bitcoin. So,
we can have our first grandpa's gone crypto. Is that too much?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I do kind of like to think of myself. I guess I should introduce myself anyway. I'm Ryan. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So in the United States. And I'm sure you guys will talk about your place a little bit, but yeah, I've got my two kids. I'm kind of the old grizzled dad here of this group because my two kids are college students. One's about ready to retire. I'm sorry, I'm ready to retire. One's about ready to graduate this coming semester. So yeah, I'm the old grizzled dad. I'm way closer to being an empty nester than a diaper changer compared to you guys. But yeah, being the old guy, I was looking at it way back in 2013 when a buddy of mine came up to me and he's telling me all about it. He's real into the Bitcoin thing. I believe he had started mining it a little bit. And Bitcoin was trading for about $300 at the time. And I knew nothing about what it was. So decided I was going to do some research on it. He kind of gave me some insight on where to go for that. So I started doing some research on it in my spare time, but had almost no spare time because I was running a small business and had two kids at home who were fairly young still at the time. So no time whatsoever, but got into it a little bit, did some research, saw that it was trading for under $100 just about a month or so before. And now it was over $300. And I said, there's no way. This is crazy. I'm not getting into something that peaked, over 300% in a month or so. So, little did I know what was coming, but as an investment point of view, I just figured, there's no way. So I kind of put it on the back burner, figured I'd, keep looking at it over the years. Well, I kind of forgot about it all the way up until about 2017. And 2017 is, of course, everybody knows that's when the Bitcoin hype was going on. Bitcoin was rocketing up. And I did get into Bitcoin while it was on its way up, rocketing up. So, $300 was way too much money to spend on it in 2013. But for some reason, 8,000 seemed like a great idea in 2017. So, which I think everybody has those kind of stories. But yeah, listen, watched it go all the way up.
Ryan, if you bought earlier, we'd be having this chat on a yacht right now.
Yeah, exactly. I only wish I would have been buying in 2013. Anyway, watched it go all the way up, and then like everybody else, went through that cycle of madness where went through the whole denial, the depression. There's no way, it can't be going down, and held on to it all the way down, and all the altcoins, all those little tokens that I bought in 2017. Watched it all go to nearly zero.
This is the last dip.
Exactly. Yeah. I just kept buying those dips all the way down.
Oh yeah.
But hey, didn't give up. watched it go down, and then finally things started looking a little better beginning of 2019. So started buying back up again, and actually got in cheap again, and got to ride that one all the way up to the peak. So had a whole lot more fun that cycle, and I think it's kind of what this is all about, right? You almost have to live it to know what to expect, and that's kind of what I'd love to bring those experiences to new people out there. I know all the crypto veterans have already experienced a cycle or two here, and so they know what's coming. But they say by your third cycle is when you make it big in crypto, and so kind of hoping that actually plays out here coming into the next halving and the next full bull run that we should be getting.
Yeah. Were you doing only Bitcoin last run?
No, Bitcoin. I got into a lot of alts and whatnot in that 2017, 2018, 2018, right when alts were going up, and then again watched them crash. But I did get a lot. I had some some nice wins in there on the way back up, getting in 2019, and some stuff that turned out really good. So.
Yeah, I think
but you, Sean.
I think, Ryan, when you were buying your first, almost buying your first Bitcoin, I think it was still in primary school or something like that.
Wow.
You will invite us to your 60th birthday, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no. Oh man, yeah, we're having some fun with the boys at a poker evening, and one of our mates, he's always been in the IT space and that. I think he's a architectural IT, something like that. And he was talking about Bitcoin and what it's about and all of that. And that sparked a couple of our interests. And then we started to say, okay, what is this? And then it was that craze at the time where you had to get PC cards to mine Bitcoin. We were like, okay, this is very expensive because in South Africa, we have to import it and there's a waiting list. And at that stage, all graphics cards in the country was basically hard to get. So we tried to source a few. Then the barrier to entry, I roped my brother in because he's the IT expert. Not too much in crypto. I'm still trying to get him into it. But I said, listen, let's build this and get it done. And for some weird reason, it just crumbled. So he sold all the cards and we just never got to mine Bitcoin, to our detriment, because I think that would have been friggin' awesome. But that also sparked the bug. I was like, okay, this is crypto. What does it mean? What is the idea behind it? And it's not just buying a coin. It's not just buying an altcoin. It's not just speculative stuff. It's like when you look a little bit deeper, not everybody, there's a lot of shit out there, but there's a lot of people creating life-changing things. A simple thing like a QR code that's put onto a ledger that you cannot take off, right? That's a massive thing in a country, in all countries, because if I buy something from Nike, right, and I want to know it's authentic, why can't I just scan that code? It can tell me the trail of where it is and if it's the authentic piece, right? Right now we can't. So I might be spending, stupid amounts of money on a shirt, but I don't know if it's legit. And technology like that, I was like, yes, okay, this is very cool. And started my journey in it and learning a lot. I come from a sports science background, so I'm a sports scientist by trade. But and I wrote for the paper for many years, where I take something complex and I bring it down to an easy, understandable language for the mass consumer. And I thought, okay, what happens if I get involved in this crypto, which is almost foreign at that time to me? It was like another language, and start to digest and start to regurgitate it to friends at a bar and just chatting about it and see if I can dumb down that and get more people into crypto safely, but not from the gambling point of view, just from a small investment point of view, friends and family and stuff like that. So that's kind of like where I got involved on all, Bitcoin and altcoin type of thing, just getting my fingers dabbled. And then I met up with a mate him and we've been at it together for a very long time now, in the sense of it seems like when we say very long time, it's like because there's so much in a bull run, it's so busy, so hectic that it kind of takes years of your life. But we've been at it, learning about different things and just enjoying the space, and what it can bring. And it's very, very cool to be in it at the very base level where, if you're late to crypto, no, there's no such thing. We basically just tipping the iceberg of internet, the first point of internet coming to the market. And there's so much more coming. So for me, it's the exciting part about crypto, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's a good point for when you touch on the technology. I think there's like a meme where it says like in it for the tech. Do you know that that one? I think everybody comes for the money, right? That's or most of the people come for the investment point of view, just buying some coins or just for the hype in there. And when they get slapped in the face with a bear market, the ones that stay, they're not staying for the money at that particular time. They're excited about the technology and the potential, and then they really recognize the potential, which eventually turns into opportunities to make money there. Yeah, I think that's a very good point.
And I think also, just think about business opportunities, right? You have to be like the regular business in each of our countries, right? You from Holland, there, Michael?
Yeah.
Dutch, Holland, same thing. Yeah. So, and the thing with, like, you want to go and invest in like Facebook or Google or something like that in the early investor range. It's only reserved for the elite. It's only reserved for the guys who got money, only the guys that are connected, right? And crypto somehow levels their playing field. It's like, this is an opportunity. They give you a white paper, you read it, you say, wow, this could, I'm not saying it is, this could be groundbreaking technology, and would you like to get involved in it? You're like, okay, you don't have to break the bank, you don't have to have millions, you can just have a little bit to get into it and test the waters. And if it pans out, you've invested in a technology that could change the world. And a particular company that comes to mind is World Mobile. They're building a telecommunications company that is decentralized, and it connects the community and allows the community to invest in their project. So it's a shared economy. So they're trying to connect the unconnected. Half the world doesn't have IT infrastructure such as cellular or mobile, which then doesn't allow people to expand on their future businesses. For instance, just say a fisherman catches 3 fish. How does he tell the community down the road, all right, which is 15 kilometers, that he has a spare fish to sell? He can't, so it goes to waste. But if he can communicate to the fisherman, to the village down at the bottom, that he's got 1 fish, right, all of a sudden he starts to get more money. And the economy starts to take over. Now you can do 5 fish or 10 fish, and you can see how it uplifts the community. So they're building this, and they've already piloted into Africa, and now they're going into America and a few other countries, and they're just getting the ball going. And this is crypto, allowing the average Joe to get in, but at the same time changing the world, but in a shared economy. So this is for me what crypto is. It's about taking that technology, about getting into it, and enjoying the ride, and being a part of that community of helping others succeed. Very cool.
Very cool.
So yeah, guys. All right. So the fun and gains of crypto, and there's also losses. What are some of your highlights and some of your pains?
Ooh. You want to take that, Mike?
Yeah, sure.
Do we have enough time, Mike? Do you want to lie down on that couch, Mike? Tell me your problems.
Let's get. Well, we could get all philosophical, and I think, but there are quite a few highlights, of course, because I think the timing when I got into the market just before the bull run really that solidifies like belief in potential, right? If you buy a lot of tokens and they 3x overnight, well, and that happens a couple of times, well, you get conviction, right, of the potential of the market. So that's what I had for me. But yeah, the highs was my first bull run. I didn't really think it was possible to make such an amount of money, or make or just have so much gains in a crypto investment. That was wild. I remember that while I was walking my dog, that I thought, well, I just walked my dog just around here, and I made $1,000 or $2,000. That's wild. It went up so fast in a short period of time. It was insane. So that was really a high. But after that, the downturn came. of course, of the bull market. It was quite humbling as well. I learned a lot about myself because as I thought I invented the wheel or something. I was a super investor. Warren Buffett got nothing on me, right? So, and I was also walking my dog. I thought, well, how about I got so much money now? How about I bought a house of my neighbors? I can buy their house. How about I was going wow. So I learned a lot about myself, and then the bear market came, and that was quite humbling. Shit, I fucked up, right? So I almost lost it all. And I was, oh shit, I gotta go to work. I'll be working until I'm 65 again. So that was quite a process the first time. It was like the high and low wasn't really the obviously the dollar amount, but I've learned a lot mentally and in mindset as well. I think that's the greatest for me, as I've increased my risk tolerance like a lot. Now in the second bull market I was in, it went up a lot as well, very rapidly. Not as rapid as the first time, but still, and losing like 5 figures overnight or something in particular investment. Well, that's when you shrug and say, okay, well, that's fine, we'll get the next one, and it happens, and that's only crypto people seem to be able to relate to that somehow. Because if I talk to other people outside of normies or outside of crypto, and they're called normies in crypto, it's unfathomable, like to experience that. So yeah, the highs obviously, and then I had one particular token. I was fortunate enough to get into the private sale via some sort of a deal group, which was Elrond at the time. They rebranded to eGold. Now they rebranded to Multiverse X or something. And on the way up, I sold a lot of my tokens, so I didn't really get the full potential. But I think I don't know what it is. I think they did like 1000x or something, between 100 and 1000x. It's insane. So that's really was a good one.
So your $100 went far.
Well, not really, because we got like a lot of tokens at the start, and it went up like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6x or something, and then I just sold it instantly just to break even, and then every distribution we got, I sold them like the Jeet I am. That's I just dumped them straight out. But yeah, another project I was in was Evolution Finance, which I wrote up just a lot, and eventually it seemed like a soft rug, and it collapsed completely. So I lost a tremendous amount of money in there. So that's my one of my heart wrenching moments. I had quite a lot, but you develop thick skin.
Yep.
Yeah,
crypto can definitely be humbling.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I think we've all experienced a rug pull or 20 years, right? So,
yeah.
But
that's funny how you get used to that as well, and you shrug it off. Like, how does that happen in the normal world, right? Oh, I invest $1,000 or $2,000 into a project somewhere, and 10 minutes later they remove the liquidity, they rug it underneath you, and your money's gone. That doesn't happen a lot, right? In the normal world.
Or people go to prison, right? But somehow in crypto, it's all just normal now. We just accept it, right?
Unless you rug $8 billion.
Right. Oh boy. Yeah, I think we've all been through that. But again, that's kind of what the show's about, right? Learning from our mistakes, and hopefully we'll be passing on a lot of those to our audience out here, and everybody can learn along with us and learn from those mistakes, and hopefully not make some of the same ones that we've made. Yeah, I mean, I've had a million of those gut-wrenching experiences as well. But I honestly, I always go back to me. The biggest one is just not buying Bitcoin early enough. I mean, I knew about it. It was sitting right there in front of me. And I always look back on that as just like, what was wrong with you? But, I'm sure everybody can say that. But.
I think also,
and then of course, there's some, what's that?
No, I was just thinking on your
Bitcoin. Oh, there's some great moments too.
Yeah, I was just thinking on your Bitcoin story is that it all will come down to the word is research, in understanding. Instead of getting FOMO from your friend and say, hey, buy this, or hey, have you heard about that? And you don't do your own homework. I think if you did your Bitcoin homework and you studied it a bit more, you would have been more prone to trying it a bit earlier, right? As opposed to, don't have time for this, So always comes down to do your own research.
Yeah, exactly. But when I finally did get around to doing a lot of research and learning about it, that's when I got in. So just happened to be a whole lot more expensive at that point. So it is. But, there's great moments too. 2019 saw a lot of altcoins hit some real lows, and then 2021 saw those turn into some really, really nice peaks. So, you live and you learn, and you get through it.
Yeah.
It's all fun.
For sure. I think that's when if your biggest regret or your biggest downturn is that not buying Bitcoin, I think that's the exact reason why like retail buys Bitcoin when it's mooning, right? I think they experience the pain of missing the ride far exceeds than losing money. I think that's the exact reason why people when now it's obviously quiet in crypto, but when it starts to pick up again and if it goes to all-time high, that's when a lot of people start getting into crypto again. Well, actually, if you think that's going to happen, now's the time to start learning about crypto at the very least. Yeah.
And Mark, I think that's also the other reason why we're starting this podcast now and not just podcast show, because it'll be on multiple channels, is that during a bear market, you create, you build, you learn, you grow, you improve your knowledge, right? You guys have been through it a couple of cycles. I think it's my second cycle. And you're like, I'm not going to do this cycle. And what do? You end up getting hyped up and you get like, I didn't take my own advice. Not as bad, but I didn't take my own advice. And then you realize, wait a minute, there actually is a strategy. There's a strategy to kind of, navigate the highs and the lows and the craziness that this market brings. But it's just executing. But it's through those pain points that we've learned. We're still in it because we're not giving up. But at the same time, you start to say, hey, these are non-negotiables. We don't touch that. This is where we can be speculative. And at the same time, just building your portfolio what's best suited for your risk appetite. But at the same time, not throwing your life savings, your house, your car, because everyone's buying it. I've had many stories of people selling their houses, buying Bitcoin and buying rigs and buying this, and all of a sudden it goes to shit. It's like, you're like, I wish I could do that as well. They take out a bond in a house and they take the liquidity from it and they invest it, and then now they're left with paying a bond and waiting, for Bitcoin to go back up or any other coin and stuff like that. So that's why we're on the show, is just to help guide, and we'll be interviewing a lot more people with their pain points as well. So that'll help share the knowledge so that perhaps our audience doesn't do the same. More than likely you're probably going to do the same because people don't really take advice to heart. But at least if we can spread the word of this is the right way of doing things and this is the wrong way based on other people's experiences, we can build that portfolio to say, hey, how can we navigate this space a lot safer and have fun while doing it? That's the ultimate. We want to have fun. We want to do crazy things, but we don't want to be running out of tears every time we get into a project.
Exactly. And everybody has their own risk appetite and the things that they like. And especially if we start inviting guests to our show, I think we get a wide variety of different strategies, tactics, how people look at the market, etc. And as a viewer of the show, you can pick from whoever you like, pick their strategies or learn as we go. I think with our guests, we can learn a lot ourselves as well.
Exactly.
I'm very much looking forward to that.
Absolutely. It's about building that network, Mark. I think getting those people that you won't ordinarily be able to ask those questions. We're not yet to shill. That's every other channel out there. We're here to just pick their brains, ask them, if imagine, Ryan, you had the Bitcoin expert, Michael Saylor, right? You had him on and say, hey, just explain to me in simple terms, what is this? I think after one conversation with him, you would have sold the second car. So it's finding those key people that just make sense. And whenever Michael speaks, it's just Mike, you, and the other Mike.
Thank you.
It's so powerful and so moving that it shifts you to take action in a small way, and then you do more research and so forth. And that's what we want to try to bring you guys: good quality people in the industry, so we can pick their brains, shape our minds, and have some fun. So also, guys, we're going to be doing some segments in the show. So as Mark alluded to, we're going to be interviewing quite a few interesting people. That's from lawyers to, projects to new stuff to what's happening in the world of crypto. We're going to spice things up a bit. But before we get there to the next segment, which is going to be a fun one, Mike, just tell me, we all have an affinity to the space. We're still in it, even after our pain points, some highs, some lows. Why do you love crypto?
Wow. Well, I think 3 reasons actually. One is the obvious one, like speculative profit potential. That's because it's like in its infancy. There's a wild opportunity to make money. That's one, fairly obvious. I think most people are in it. Second one is the technology. I really think it's so innovative that you like with a distributed ledger. I really think that's the future. We see this with CBDCs, governments going into that space, trying to get their hands in there. I really think that's the future. So the technology is one, or is second. Also, what I feel there is that it offers the opportunity to really experiment with like monetary policies. For example, if you take rebase tokens, which are stable coins, but rebased on the price action, which is just a wild, new, innovative idea. Does it work? I don't know. Maybe not. There are a lot of them that failed already. But it's very interesting to be able to experiment with that type of stuff other than central banks doing it. So it's really distributed. People are able to create their own mini economies and experiment there. That's very cool. And also, it provides the opportunity to, for instance, if I want to invest in a company or anything outside, what's my opportunity to hop in there and start chatting up the project owner or the team every day. It's nowhere, and even like some of them are multi-million-dollar projects, market capitalization, and they're in there every day. You can learn a lot. You can talk to smart people. I really like to have smart people around me, and that's why I'm here with you guys. So that's a great opportunity. You can learn so much that way. So that made me stay in crypto, basically, and that's why I really believe in this space. That it's really going places.
Ryan, Tommy, is crypto about the first thing a noob that comes into the space? I think crypto is about hiding money. It's about being secretive. It's about doing things dodgy. All right, and what have you learned in the crypto space that you can advise people?
I mean, it's not really about all that, that I agree. That's kind of, a lot of people have that perception, but honestly, just as Michael said, the crypto space, blockchain technology is really the tech of it all is what's really changing the world. It's taking a centralized, taking centralized concepts and decentralizing them. So for like decentralized finance, Bitcoin in general, the whole idea behind it is that it's decentralized finance. There's not a central bank controlling your money. Crypto in general follows that whole path. It's decentralizing more than just finance. It's decentralizing almost every technology out there. And the whole key for me, the biggest thing in the crypto space is that decentralized finance, I think, is a key component to helping people of the world just find financial freedom. They don't need to be beholden to their governments necessarily in order to find income and find financial freedom. That's, to me, that's the most beautiful thing about crypto in general.
And to think about it, it's not about running around hiding your money in crypto. It's about you're waiting for legislation to come in. You're waiting for governments to put frameworks in place so you can work within the confines, right? But decentralization, yes, taking a centralized concept that is reserved for elite few, all right, and giving people an opportunity to be in that space. Two simple examples, like how do you take $50 million worth of gold across a border? You can't. And if you can, what artillery, what weaponry, you can't move that amount of money. Yet you can move it within 5 to 7 minutes, right? Through crypto and safely. All right. So if provided doing the right protocols and stuff like that, but you can move that amount of money quickly. And that's just a taste of it. And a simple thing in South Africa, sure, I love my country, but crime's an issue, right? If you go to the, let's say, get arrested, all right, for, potential, let's say, killing someone, right? So you go to jail, they write on a piece of paper, the docket, cool, you get locked up. That docket has to make its way to the court, all right? During that process, that docket can go missing, right? So the person that killed someone, all right, all of a sudden there's no docket, or they can change it, or they can manipulate it. But once you've put that system onto a blockchain, you can never take something off. You can just add to the ledger. So it's decentralized in the sense that you can't just go, let me rub it out, let me hack into it. You can't hack into it, right? Well, it's incredibly, almost impossible to do so. But it's there. It's a ledger. So if it said, okay, he killed someone, then all of a sudden he said he did not kill someone, there has to be another follow-up saying why. So the time it gets to the courtrooms, the judge reads all of these things, they fight out the case, but it's based on information that presented accurately, as opposed to tainted information that goes missing. How many dockets go missing because the people of influence, all right, pay and it goes. So just by putting that system on the blockchain, already we have a country that will potentially have less crime or better success rates. So that's the future, and that's what's exciting about the space. And but yes, working within frameworks within your country's legislation, that's important, because you don't be running around trying to build something and then you're dodging the taxman or dodging laws and stuff like that. So yeah, very, very exciting.
Yeah. Exactly. I think to get to that point with like money laundering is a very big argument for like not doing crypto for people who haven't really studied it yet.
Yeah.
So I had this conversation with my former neighbor once, and it was exactly the same argument.
Mike,
that
was this the guy you? Sorry, Mike, was this the neighbor that you bought his house?
No. It's
the other neighbor.
it's the one I killed, but the docket got lost.
If you bought his house, we won't tell anybody.
No, but I had that same. It was the same argument. There's a lot of criminal money into Bitcoin, and it's used to launder money, etc. So, and that's quite a funny argument, really, because I think there's been research that's only a really minute percentage of criminal money. Obviously, there's criminal money into crypto and Bitcoin. There's no question about it. Same for the argument that you made just, John, to move money easily. It's easy to move crypto rather than like 10 suitcases full of cash, right? So there is criminal money in there. However, if you want to like launder that money, actually, you have to take it out of the system again right now. And that's regulated, how you get the money out. How do you cash out criminal money right now? Right? You can't put it back into the system. You just keep it in there. And we Googled, like, I told him, just Google any bank you know or you use, your own bank. Just Google the bank's name and then money laundering fine. every single one of them, billions of dollars of fine. If you're a criminal organization, you don't need Bitcoin or crypto to launder your money. There's plenty of banks that will launder your money right now. So it's not really an argument, actually. And I think, especially with the ledger, the immutable ledger, it makes it even harder to move criminal money because everything's connected. And obviously there are like mixers there that like obscure your track record, but using those is questionable even. So I don't think it's really an argument for that it's used to launder money. And if people
exactly.
dive into crypto,
honestly, everything's more well tracked in crypto.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a record of every single transaction that happens on the blockchain, and it's publicly viewable. So, that's a non-argument as far as I'm concerned.
All right, guys, it's that time of the show. What's a show without dad jokes or bad dad jokes?
Oh man,
I've been waiting for this the whole day. All right. Okay, so we're going to do a dad joke, or dad jokes, plural. We'll put a game to it since, dads like to play games. All right, so each week we're going to bring a different type of alcohol beverage. And it has to be alcohol. We don't do non-alcoholics. And what's going to happen is Mike's going to say his first joke, right? He's going to lead it. He's going to kick us off, right? Ryan and I are going to take a big swig of some beer, right? And first we'll introduce what beer or alcohol we're having. So each week will be different. I think this week is beer. Mike, did you bring beer or have you got your Remy Martin?
No, I fucked up. I've got cognac.
Good. This is what we love. If you spill that, you're going to have a lot of haters very soon.
Excellent.
All right, I just got some themed Corona Extra beer. I started drinking it. Ryan, what are you drinking?
I'm going to have to go get a beer. So give me just a
morning
moment.
there for you.
So how many jokes are we doing each?
Until the last person crumbles. If you
that'll be fast.
I'm gonna go get a tall boy.
Have you got a straw for that cognac there, Mike?
No, but there's quite a bit left in the bottle.
Okay.
So, and I don't mind daytime drinking.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Ryan's just got his bar fridge in the back there.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's an absolute dad cave you got there, right?
What's that?
That's a dad cave you got there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Got to have a place to hide, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna crack open.
Is that a Bud Light?
No.
So a little bit about the rules there. Oh my God.
It's all right. This is Masthead Brewing Company, one of our local brewing companies right here in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, nice.
And this is their IPA, which I find delectable.
Awesome. This is non-sponsored content, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. I just happen to really like this beer. So.
But if you'd like to sponsor, ring us up. All right, a Corona a day keeps the doctor away, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. So the dad telling the joke can laugh, right? Because that's my USP. That's just tell a shitty joke and laugh yourself as hard as you can.
You're definitely going to laugh at your own joke. We're just going to try our best not to laugh and spill our beer.
Okay, so how it works is Ryan and I will take a big swig of our beers. You're going to tell the joke, right? And if, however, any of us laugh, right, we've got to down our drink, all right, then you're out. All right, so then it's basically process of elimination. And we move on to the next. And then Ryan, you'll say your joke, and then I'll do mine last.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay, we'll give this a try. All right, Mike, are you ready?
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm ready. Yeah. All right. So the other day, my psychiatrist told me I'm going crazy. And I told him, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to get a second opinion. He said, "All right, you're ugly too." Oh, you're good, Ryan.
I believe I have swallowed my beer and survived that without a laugh.
Okay, that was
Wow.
close.
That was
Beer
very close.
fumes in my nose. I want to see this, Mike. You ready? Let's go.
So, do you guys know why chickens are so funny? Because
Oh, shit. All right.
I think I got you both.
Oh man.
You got to down your bottle, Mike. Oh, shit. That was bad.
So terrible. Got to give credit to the little kid on TikTok for that one. I don't know who he was, but all right, Sean.
Oh, shit.
What do you got?
Okay, let's,
Michael?
yeah, go for a beer. How do you know who owns Bitcoin at a braai or a barbecue? Don't worry, they'll tell you. Nothing, eh? Tough crowd.
Just don't want to spit my beer all over the place.
It's like precious, my precious.
That was a good one.
It was a good one.
We all know that
And
guy.
very,
that
very
guy.
accurate.
Oh, I got Bitcoin. How many you got?
But Ryan
was
warmed
very
us up
accurate.
really good.
Yeah. All right, so Ryan, you take 1 point for this show. We'll get a leaderboard
Excellent.
at the end of the month. Losers have to drink a case of beer or cognac
Oh.
and film it.
I don't think we want to see that.
No. Private collection. All right, what's
boy.
next? Yeah, guys, I think what is in the news of crypto right now, it feels like it's doom and gloom. It feels like it's more tears than anything else, and nothing's really happening. So otherwise known as a bear market. So bull market, things go up. Bear market, obviously, things are very, very sour and low. What is your take on the market, boys?
Yeah, I mean we're in the midst of a bear market. Been here for quite a while now. But I mean it's just what it is. I mean this is actually an exciting time. I know it seems really boring. The market is just completely flat. Right now I think we're in kind of a little bit of a upswing, a little bear market rally kind of deal. Don't know how far that's going to go. Probably not for too long. Maybe through the end of January here or so before we. Excuse me. I'm guessing we're going to be hitting some new lows here soon. But I mean, it's just kind of the way it is. Bitcoin runs on a 4-year cycle, and everything else runs along with it. So. I think it's going to go a whole lot like the other cycles have gone, where we're going to be in this kind of flat area for a while here, probably hitting some new lows, like I said, and then we'll start getting ready for the bull market to start appearing again. But again, this is the time when you really want to be looking, doing your research, learning about projects, and this is the time to be scooping up the best deals because. This is just like the 2019 era, right? When everything really dipped, everything was down. If you bought then, you got some really, really great peaks in 2021. So I think we're in that point right now, and probably won't see those peaks again until late 2024, maybe early 2025. But that's how I'm playing it.
Yeah. I think there's some interesting things going on the last week or last couple of weeks, especially in the NFT space. The blue chips like Yuga Labs from Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, and the Kennels, etc. And they do the other deeds as well. And they bought like the CryptoPunks. They're like a behemoth in the NFT space. and their collection is really picking off. I've heard some people saying that there might be like a uptrend in the NFT space, that it might continue and pull us into a bull market, perhaps. And I've seen the meme coins and the shit coins are really getting popular and doing well lately. And that's interesting because I remember last run that it started to pick up a little bit, and then there were like the Shibas and all the other meme coins that really it started with the meme season, if I recall correctly. It's the meme season, and then it all flowed into the other big caps, and they basically worked as a catalyst for the bull run. So I do agree. I think it'll be like 24, 25 maybe until we peak again. But obviously, I hope that this is the catalyst that we're looking for, and we'll start uptrending a little bit. Also, I think we're around the same time up until the next halving event for Bitcoin. Bitcoin halves its rewards each 4 years. And we're at that point for the last couple of 4-year cycles where it turned around and uptrended a little bit. So my perma bull inside of me hopes that it's the bottom is in and will be either consolidating for quite a bit and then uptrending, or just start I don't mind a light uptrend from now. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, guys, and just remember, by all means, it's not financial advice at all. We're just sharing our insights and thoughts about the market, and we all have our own opinions to where it is. But we try to keep our fingers on the pulse to see, when the bottom hits, then there's opportunity to buy. Sentiments we've just been hearing, and once again, not financial advice, is that, there should be a little bit of an uptrend, but then there should be another dip. Right, but all speculative. If anybody had their crystal ball, they'll be billionaires, right? So you just got to take it. You got to wait for it. You got to be cautious. But I think Ryan was right. You need to be doing your research in the NFT space. What is an NFT? Is it a glorified JPEG, or what could it mean? What could it mean? Can you start your own project? What does it take to start your own project? Start understanding crypto because you have time. When the bull market hits, you don't have time. I promise you, you're on this bullet train and you're on the outside, right? And you're just holding on for dear life, getting in and out, and there's new opportunities. It's just crazy with little sleep. So you don't have time to really build as much as you want, learn as much as you want, because it's so fast. So this is the perfect time to learn and understand, and just take it for what it is. See the beauty of the space. You can be a pessimistic, or you can be an optimist, right? So take it from a glass half full point of view, and just say, all right, cool, it's an NFT. No matter what you've heard about it, understand there's beauty in that, because it's a door to another world, right? And once you understand the nuances of it, then you'll see, this is what the fuss is about. It's not just a glorified JPEG. So yeah, it is a bear market at the moment, but we're using this time to learn, to grow, to build, and to start this podcast. Which, don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter at Dad's Gone Crypto. Go there now and give us some love, and tell us what you think, and tell us what you'd like to hear in the future. And if there's any suggestions, we're more than welcome to post ahead.
Do topless shows.
Do topless shows.
Let's hope nobody suggests that.
Right, I'm going to have to get you a weed eater. Sponsored by Dad's Crypto.
Oh,
no. Or waxing. Oh, tell us if you'd like Ryan to be waxed.
Oh, no. Definitely, I'm
So
definitely not being waxed.
And if he laughs, we wax him. Fantastic idea.
It'd be like Steve Carell in The 40-Year-Old Virgin. You ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bad scene.
And that was live. He did that for real. Hey?
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, guys, and that wraps up our show for today, and it's our first one, and we're looking forward to obviously releasing a whole lot more. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube watching this, click the bell button, and that way our content will always be we'll notify you once it comes live. And we'll chat to you guys soon.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Roast
guys.
us, motherfucker. Tell us what we can do better.
Cool. Ciao, guys.
All right. See you guys.
The material and information presented in this recording are for entertainment purposes only. Do not misconstrue what you hear as investment or trading advice. Always do your own research. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by the guests on this recording are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of Dad's Gone Crypto or its hosts.